Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Creatrix, and this is my channel, Creatrix. I changed the name from the world stage to Creatrix because I want to dive into different topics and dive deeper, right? And yes, I'm still going to pick up energy about the world. So what I did was I picked up the present day energy that's going on in the world, but I'm gonna go in a different direction and broaden up my niche, right? So yeah, that's why I'm changing my channel name to Creatrix because it's going to be all about what the hell I want to talk about, right? And it's always going to be beneficial to the viewer. So that's never ever going to change. My content is always going to be based off of adding substance to you, adding information, adding wisdom, knowledge, all of that stuff, okay? In order for you to be able to be empowered in your own life, all right? So yeah, today, very juicy, sexy message, okay? You are the villain in so many people's lives, all right? And you are not truly the archetype of what a villain is, okay? What I'm picking up is you have been villainized, all right? You have been villainized and you're not shying away from that energy anymore. Previously, you could have overcompensated for having this energy that could be so easily villainized. And I will tell you what that energy is. But you overcompensated so much by being a people pleaser, dimming your light, not overstepping any boundaries, being hypersensitive to people's emotions and wants and needs and feelings, that you put yourself to the side, you cast yourself to the side. And this is exactly what people wanted from you. They wanted you to care so much about the rest of the world, right? Which comes easy to you because you have a motherly or a fatherly parental type of energy. You care, you're an empath, of course you care. But without you knowing, this put you in a cage, it put you in a box. You labeled yourself, you categorized yourself, you categorized parts of yourself, you labeled parts of yourself, and you said, hey, these parts of me, they make me seen as dangerous. These parts of me threaten other people. And so guess what? I'm gonna box and package these parts of me up so beautifully and just compartmentalize them and put them away, bury them deep, deep, deep within yourself, right? To never be seen again, to never be touched again because it was too dangerous, right? But now that you are who you are, you've become this amazing energy, you've blossomed into this amazing energy. You are saying, fuck it. So you're going back to where you buried those deep parts of yourself and you're opening those boxes back up like it's Christmas time, and you're looking at those parts of yourself and you're putting it on and you're wearing it and you're trying it out just like brand new, like a child, right? Who's just being birthed into the world. You know, the child is in an avatar, so you have to get to know your avatar. You crawl, you walk, you grab things, you taste things, everything's going in your mouth. It's kind of like that. Like you birthed yourself and now you're trying on this new version of you. And by golly, you like it. It's so powerful. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel the energy. I like it. But guess what? The people around you, they don't like you so much. In fact, they don't like you so much. They're pissed off to the point of pissivity. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what they were afraid of. This is exactly why everyone around you treated you the way that you were treated. Maybe you were othered, you were oppressed, you were psychologically, emotionally, sometimes even physically abused, misused, mistreated, always backstabbed, always left out, okay, made to feel like you were weird or you were unworthy, unbeautiful, right? This was on purpose because that was the cage that these people created for you, and everybody was in on it in your life. All right. Everybody is in on it in your life. All right. And it's because of an energy. All right. It's some people don't know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it, but it's like this energy around you. Okay. This is very spiritual, right? It's like Agent Smith in the Matrix, where this energy just hops into, right? It can be anybody that's plugged into the Matrix, Agent Smith can hop into, right? It's kind of like that type of thing. So the people that surrounded you, they boxed you in, right? So that you would never transform, you would never become the person, you would never know your true capabilities and how divine, how beautiful, how powerful you are. Okay? And this is exactly why they're going to villainize you. It's not because you're evil. It's not because you're wrong. It's not because you don't have morals or whatever the case is, or you're a very chaotic or imbalanced type of entity. No, in fact, it's the actual opposite. Your control, your level of control over your mind, body, spirit is what is scaring the bejesus out of these people. These people fear you. Okay. And then when I say these people, I'm talking about the powers that be, the world. Okay. You are in celebrity status. You are somebody who's very much so seen and known. For most of you, okay, this isn't for everybody, but for most of you, for all of you on a certain level, that you do have a certain popularity or fame, okay? And for an even smaller group of you, you are very much well known, okay? But they'll never tell you to your face. They'll never act on it. They won't directly pursue you or contact you or talk to you, right? Because they don't want to validate or confirm what you already know, which is that these people know you. They know you. They've been studying you. They've been watching you, okay, on this realm. It's like what I'm picturing is like a baby deer that is first learning how to take their steps, and, you know, their legs are really wobbly and they're trying to get a grip on the ground, right? And they're trying to get up. This is what I'm picturing. They've been watching you. They've been watching you, studying you as you are transforming into what they observing you transform into a version of yourself that they are deathly afraid of. Because you have so much control over yourself, you must have control over the external powers, right? The external material world around you as well, okay? That's what they're afraid of. What can you move? What can you manifest? What can you do to them? Right? Because they've not only observed you, they have prodded and poked and experimented and done things to you, right? That you might not even remember. I just heard casual. You don't even remember these things that happened to you. It could be like casual people in your life, or they could have made it seem casual, or they could have tried to pretend to be incognito or casual and have done things in your life. Like I'm getting like a maze type of energy. They've put you in a maze to see how intelligent you are, how you operate, what you do, how you think, okay? And you what I'm picking up is that you don't even remember these things. You don't even remember these things because they've used chemicals or a system or like MK Ultra. There's different ways that they can alter your memory so that you don't remember what they've done to you. However, these memories are going to come back to you. They're going to come back to you. And what I'm getting is like a floodgate opening up. Like memories are going to rush back into your mind, and it's going to be overwhelming for you. All right. It could become very emotional. Okay. And emotional, not because you are triggered or you're hurt or you're in pain because of what has happened to you, but you are going to be what I'm getting is kind of like you might even be happy. It's like a happy surprise because the memories that are coming back to you are going to validate what your spiritual guides, what your ancestors, what tarot readers, like if you watch tarot online and stuff, everything that they've been telling you, it's going to actually be validated because these are untouchable memories that you know are actually real, are actually true. These are not memories that are being implanted into your mind. These are memories that you're actually going to start to remember from childhood about who you are. You're going to start to remember faces. You're going to start to remember events about like what people have done to you, even if you were like sedated and under heavy sedation, I just heard shit. You're actually going to remember. It's gonna be like you have a bird's eye view, or like a third person type of view as to what they're doing to you. Like what I'm picking up is it could be not so dramatic as this, but what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is somebody laying on like an experimentation table, like on one of those steel tables. They have you laid out and they're all looking at you, but the perspective that you're seeing this from is from above. So you're watching them watch you, is what I'm picking up. So those kind of memories could be flooding back into your mind, and these people are so very afraid of what it is that you're going to do to them, specifically once you find out. What I'm picking up is what they have through their experimentation of you and observing you throughout your life. What they have seen is that there is a hierarchy. There is a hierarchy, like a food chain hierarchy, right? So it's like, at the bottom of the food chain, this is so whitewashed, right? This is so like Western. This idea of a food chain is so westernized, but bear with me, right? So like at the bottom of the food chain, you have grass and vegetation, right? Then you have the animals that eat those vegetation, like cows, or the primary, what do they call it? Primary sources of protein. And then you have the animals that eat the grass. They're the secondary sources of protein, right? And then you have the animals that eat the secondary sources of proteins, which is like your felines, your cats, the lions, the tigers, the bears, all of those animals, the predatory animals, right? And then above the predatory animals, you have humans, right? Well, what they have seen is that they're not at the top of the food chain. Yeah. In fact, you're at the top of the food chain, and they see that you could very well so easily break these people down to a pulp. They're realizing that they don't have any power in the face of your power. And it don't matter how kind you are, how loving you are, how much you preach about the gospel of love and, kumbaya, and we're all one race and this and that. They will never see you as a benign entity. They will always see you as a threat. They will always see you as something to exterminate, to suppress, to oppress, okay? Because they're thinking it's dog eat dog. They are projecting their own personality onto you. So it's like they know you have all this power. They know what you're capable of, but because they themselves can't see past what they have done to you, all they can imagine is how you will avenge yourself, how you will get revenge, how you will do something worse to them than what they've done to you. There was a point where these people wanted to eliminate you. There's a point where they saw the experiment was getting out of hand and they wanted to eliminate you, right? And these people actually, what I'm picking up, were successful at it. However, you came back. These people successfully terminated you, but you came back to this realm again. And so they know now that offing you is not the solution. They don't know how to contain you anymore. Like, you're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're freaking out. They're freaking out here because they don't know what to do. All they can do now is literally just observe you. And they're in fear. They're in shock. They're observing you and they're scared shitless and they don't know what else to do about it. And there is nothing else to do. They've already been through the phase of scrambling to try to see what'll work, doing their old tactics. They tried to resort to things that they knew worked in the past, right? But those things weren't really working. It's just that you were in dormancy. You were purposely incubating yourself for divine timing, for the time when it was time for you to step out of that incubation period, right? It's like you can try to convince these people as much as you want that even though they hurt you and basically ruined your life and try to keep you down and unalived you, right? That you're not looking for revenge. You're not seeking to avenge yourself. You're really just here to do what you came to do, right? And for different people, you have different purposes. But for all of us, our purpose is centered around waking up other people. It's centered around empowering other people. It's centered around spreading love, joy, happiness, right? So you just have a job to do. Like these people don't want to leave you alone, but you just have a job to do. Like, you really don't care about them. But what I'm picking up is that you're embracing this villain power, all right, or this villainization. You're not caring about what people think anymore. You are embracing what energies are coming along your way, and you're realizing that these energies benefit you, okay? Because it's all a part of a very divine, very complex, deep plan and strategy that the universe and you have together combined have created for yourself in this realm, okay? And what I'm picking up is that you are destined for really big things, really extremely huge, amazing things. You're going to have the world in awe, right? By the things that you are going to bring forth, all right? The magic that you carry is it's just inconceivable. That's the word that I'm getting, inconceivable. It can't be explained. It only has to be felt, okay? It's not something to dissect and comprehend. It defies logic, all right? What it is that you've come here to do. It defies logic. I can't even explain what I'm feeling. That, like, there are no words, at least in the English language that I know of, that can describe what it is that I'm feeling and how far you're supposed to go, okay? You are limitless. Not only do these people need each other to come against you, because that's exactly what they did, is these energies aggregated, right? I think that's the right word. They aggregated, they came together, they organized together, multiple energies organized together in order to come and step against you. But there's only one of you, right? And so these people, even in their aggregation or organization against you, they thought that you being a loner, they thought that you feeling alone, being alone, feeling isolated out of the group would deter you in some way. But they're not realizing that you thrive off of this energy, that actually the rest of the world or people all up in your face all the time, or wanting your energy, or whatever the case is, that would have distracted you even further. So they actually did you a favor when they isolated you, okay? Because they're thinking you're in a human body. Humans, right, are very social creatures. We need one another to survive. But you are beyond human. There is an aspect of you that's extraterrestrial, that is out of this world, that is unconceivable, uncomprehendable, if that's even a word. Like, they missed a spot. There's something that they didn't tap into, that they couldn't see, because they were in such low vibrating energy that they could not feel. There was some type of energy that was telling them, that was warning them, urging them, their intuition, right, inside of them, coming from inside of them, telling them to, hey, back off, lay off, you don't want to poke this bear. But they were too wrapped up and consumed by their own greed, is what I'm picking up, by their own greed, by their own fear, that they could not even listen to, they could not hear what their own intuition was telling them. And now it's time to reap what they sowed, okay? And this energy is taking me back to, if you guys didn't know, there is a spiritual war going on. When is there not, right? There's always a spiritual war going on. But this time, the villains, and they have been the villains for a very long time, is the Greek pantheon, all right? They're acting out. They've gone rogue. The Greek pantheon has been tripping. I'm talking about Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hera, what the hell's her name? Aphrodite, they are the main ones, the top 5 that I just named. There are many others who are tripping, all right, but within the Greek pantheon. But basically, the Greek pantheon, these extraterrestrials, they are in it for domination. They are encroaching on other extraterrestrials' territory here in the Earth realm. They are hurting humans. They're making it hard. They're interfering. They are basically breaking a bunch of rules, right? The rules, but basically they're just wreaking a lot of havoc and chaos is what I'm trying to say. So, for example, all of the secret societies, right? All of the Greek fraternities and sororities, the secret societies, secret societies are not inherently evil, but the ones connected to the Greek pantheon, they're chaotic, all right? We got Zeus Network spewing a bunch of BS. And we have all these, Rock Nation and these different families, right? These old money families who are in cahoots with these Greek pantheons, they've infiltrated, right, everyone, and they're encroaching on everyone's territory. Like all of the other pantheons, right? Like the Hindu, the Yoruba, the Haitian pantheon, the Vikings, all of them, they're pissed off, right? They're pissed off and they've been fighting against them. And what they're doing is they're watching the Most High at this moment. They're watching the Most High within the game, play the game, right? And I am the avatar for the Most High. If you guys didn't know, I'll say it again. I am the avatar for the Most High. So, and I know a lot of you might be thinking, oh, you're delusional, you're delulu, and that's fine. But I'm gonna keep saying it because it is the truth and I'm being told to say it. If it were up to me, I wouldn't tell anybody that because I know what comes with it. And I had to be not tricked, but I had to be coerced into this spot. My throat chakra had been blocked for a really long time. So if it were up to me, I would have just stayed in the shadows and chillaxed and lived my whole life without no drama and no problems. However, I have to be in this position because it's all part of the plan, all right? So the Most High is being watched playing in this earth game because not that the other pantheons can't defeat the Greek pantheon, but the way that the Most High does it is with a lot of pizzazz, swag, and we all learn a lot of new things while the Most High is playing the game, right? Because nobody plays the game like the Most High. So this is a very special time in this world where we get to watch the Most High play the game. And I know you guys have seen a lot of things crumbling, and we're going to continue to see a lot of things crumbling and falling, a lot of big name people falling, a lot of organized falling, and that part of it will be televised. But the true evolution, which is the true revolution, will not be televised because that is happening internally within all of us, all right? Nobody is going to pat you on the back for the battles that you win internally, for motivating yourself, for keeping on pushing forward, for changing, for evolving, even though everything around you is going crazy and there's so much fear that's being generated throughout this energy that is so easily infectious. We're easily infected by energy if we don't have that force field up, and generating that force field requires healing. It requires intention, focus, right? And so nobody sees those battles that we're fighting on a daily basis on the inside. But if nobody tells you, I am so very proud of you for the work that you've been doing. It's a collective energy. We're all working together to bring about this energy, no matter what side of the fence you are, no matter if you are the one experimenting on these chosen beings, right? And trying to erase their memories, and, no matter what you've done in your past, in your present, no matter what you're going to do in your future, it's all love and it's all perfect. Even the part of the Greek pantheon that's gone rogue, right? Not all of them have, right? Like Hermes, he's A1. The rest of them, they're being chaotic, right? And even them, there's a place for them, and it's love, it's unconditional love towards them. Because without them, look at all of the things that we would miss. Look at all of the opportunities for growth and challenge, all the challenges that we would miss. Challenges and obstacles are actually opportunities. So there's no room for feeling like a victim. There's no room for blame. There's no room for trying to avenge them and blah, blah, blah. What's happening is that the Most High being in this realm is balancing out the energy. It might seem like these people are receiving karma. It may seem like empires are falling because they deserve to fall or they did something wrong, No, it's actually just a balancing of the energy. And so there's no room for judgment, right? I'm not telling you about this so that you can go out and judge other people or these extraterrestrials that have taken over the world, basically, right? Because it's all love. We're just speaking one on one, right? Because it's important for us to know, to gain wisdom so that we can act accordingly, so that we can evolve accordingly, right? And so yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. I've said a lot, and that's a lot to digest. It's a lot for me to digest because sometimes I come on here and I'm just completely channeling these messages, and I have to digest what I just said as well. All right. I love you all so very much. I hope you enjoyed this message. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Creatrix out.